I think anybody that grows up in
after
Saskatchewan
that,
should
yeah.
just take a trip anywhere outside of the province.
Anywhere.
Just get out. Just get out.
Man, gotta
Like,
get
you
out.
can't be stuck there for that long. You gotta get out.
My name is Kat,
Okay.
and I've been living in Calgary for 2 years.
My name's Wally. I'm from Ottawa, Ontario.
Okay.
I've been in Canada my whole life, 28 years.
Okay. And what about Calgary?
Calgary. So I just flew here this morning. I think got here at 10 a.m. It's like 6 o'clock now, so 8 hours. It's a nice city.
My name's Jordan. I've been living in Canada my whole life, and I've lived in Calgary for 4 years, off and on.
My name's Ryan. My name's Nevin. Been in Calgary for like 4 days.
My name's Ethan. Same as them.
My name's Daniel.
My name's Greg, and I've been living here for 7 years.
Oh, I'm Zene, and we've been here like a week. We're visiting.
My name's Ken, and the same.
Okay. And where are you visiting from?
Sydney, Australia.
My name's Kyle, and I've lived in Calgary for, like 22 years now. I moved here when I was 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, from the Philippines.
From the Philippines. Okay.
Yeah.
And how has it been your experience so far living in Calgary?
It's been great. I've lived a couple places across Canada, and I think Calgary's the best place I've lived.
I'm not sure where you lived before, but like, what would you say is the differentiating factor between that and Calgary?
So I've lived in Ottawa and Halifax, as well as here, and I would say job market. I would say just the amount of amenities the city offers, as well as just the outdoor scene, the hiking, the snowboarding, having the mountains so close.
Lots of cool food places here, like bubble tea. There's a Halal Guys restaurant. I really like that. We don't have one of those in Ottawa. So I'm loving eating here, exploring here. It's an awesome city.
What do you do for a living?
Yeah, I work with TD. I work in the direct investing division of it. So I work in Ottawa. I love the city. It's awesome. I get why my friends moved over here. But it's a beautiful city. We're lucky on the weather, and there's so much to explore. I know there's Banff, so definitely gotta check that out.
What would you say is a major like and dislikes with Calgary?
I guess is that there's kind of a community for everyone. It's a pretty big city with like a lot of diversity, so you kind of can find really anything and like immerse yourself in many different groups. Like I'm a bit of a mingler, so like I like that.
It's been great. Everyone here is so nice, man. Back in Prince Albert, it's not like that. No, you don't get cool people like this. So it's been a really fun time for me.
So far, yeah, no, it's just cool actually having like a lot of stuff, because where we come from, we have like a movie theater. That's about it. Yeah, small city. Prince Albert, Saskatchewan. Yeah.
I would say Toronto has a lot of air pollution compared to Calgary. If you look up, you're gonna see a bunch of rail lines. Montreal, obviously, it's a French city. It has its own little kind of vibe as well going with it. Different from Calgary. It's kind of hard to describe. Obviously, language is a big one. But they both seem very population dense as opposed to, say, Calgary. Yeah.
I would say Calgary is like a really big, small town, so people are friendly. You can walk up to strangers, you can meet people at a cafe, at a bar, and you can make friends. I've only visited the other cities, but I've had friends who've lived there long term, and they tell me it's a little bit harder to break into the friend circles and to just build community. I like the restaurant scene here. I like the people here. I love the vibrance that is coming into the city, the closeness to the mountains.
I would say, I think it's a pretty friendly city. I think it has a lot to offer.
Places. I lived in Thailand for 2.5 years, and I found that it's not necessarily about where you live, it's about who you have like in your circle, like who's close to you. Because I was living in these incredible tourist destinations with no friends, and people were very transient. So you'd make a friend and then they'd be gone, and then you'd make a friend, they'd be gone. Whereas when you have community and you have like a circle that you can rely on, or like not necessarily rely on, but you have people that you can talk to and go to, it really makes the place that you live like worth living.
Dislike, it's a little bit yeehaw, and I fucking hate the Stampede.
You hate it?
Yeah, I hate it.
Okay, I thought you'd be more excited for it.
No.
No? Okay,
No.
so it gets a little bit wild or what?
Yeah, I'm also just not into animal abuse, like using animals for entertainment. Not really my thing, and it's like people flock here for it. And drunk idiots, yeah.
Yeah, that too.
Like crime increases in the city, like chances of assault if you're a woman increase, so Yeah.
So far, no, but I'm pretty sure every city will have their knocks. But so far, it looks like a good city. It reminds me a lot about Ottawa. It's not like the Montreal, Toronto big city, but it has that cool, small but big town kind of vibe to it. I like it. It's different.
Dislikes, I think the only thing that really gets me is the weather.
Does it get really cold in the winter?
Cold in the winter, and living in Ottawa and Nova Scotia, like we have long falls, long summers, and this summer's been pretty good, but generally speaking, it's a pretty short summer and a long winter.
Oh my God, the people don't smile. People don't smile. You make eye contact with people and they look at you like they want to kill you.
That has been the experience so far.
Yeah.
Okay.
People, you make eye contact with people and people smile. Very normal, but people look at you like,
Look down, look
yeah,
away.
yeah. Not great, yeah.
Major likes and dislikes. I think it's just a dislike for Canada as a whole, but I mean, especially Calgary, our weather. Our weather, you can never tell, and then we get so much snow. So, I mean, it hasn't been bad the last few years in comparison, but yeah, the weather.
What do you expect in terms of living expenses?
Overall, it looks a lot cheaper. And what I would say is 2 of my friends from Ottawa have actually moved here, one a month ago and one today. And that's why I'm actually here to help my friend move. They're moving because they're priced out of Ottawa and Toronto and Montreal. You can't afford housing there. And it looks like the housing market hasn't heated up here as much as it has there.
I think across the country and across the world, living expenses it's become more expensive, especially to live in the city. I know a lot of my personal expenses have gone up, but in relation to a lot of other cities in the country, I think we're pretty lucky here compared to I know what some people pay in Toronto or Vancouver to live.
It's probably one of the better cities in Canada to live in terms of like costs. Like if you look at Vancouver, Toronto, like they're going to be more expensive. So Calgary is kind of a nice in between. Like it's on the higher end. Like there's cheaper places, but in terms of like big city, like it's not bad.
Not gonna lie, from where we came from, it's I don't know, from what I've seen, it's like half as expensive as where we come from.
All we've been talking about.
All
we've been talking about the whole time is how cheap it is compared to where we come from. So.
Yeah.
But this is also this is also like in the perspective of like we're visitors. We're just touring around, right? Exactly. We're not paying like our rent.
Living.
We're not like paying like our everyday food, groceries and stuff. Yeah. But like as a tourist, it's like cheaper here than back home.
Yeah, no, it depends. It depends on what you want to buy, because like the options are here. The options are definitely here.
So if you wanted to go luxury, you can go luxury.
You can definitely go luxury in Calgary. I'll say that for sure. Yeah.
It's affordable. Yeah. Like comparing it to other major cities, I think so. Yeah.
So.
I think in comparison to like a place like Vancouver or Toronto, definitely a lot more affordable. But just with inflation and everything right now, everything's just expensive. But for sure cheaper compared to those two cities.
Do you think Calgary is safe? Do you yourself feel safe in Calgary?
I feel safe, but I'm not afraid of people. That being said, like I walk my friends home. Yeah.
I've seen it change. I think in the really since the pandemic, it has become perception of safety's changed. It doesn't feel as safe as a place just walking around. I definitely feel like I need to keep my wits more about me and see more, I guess, questionable behavior than I used to. Like I said, it's changed since the pandemic. I think a lot of people were negatively affected by it, both economically and mental health wise. And I think that really shows.
Yeah, I think it's pretty safe. Like I live downtown in a townhome, and I've dealt with petty crime like vehicle break-ins, and before I put a big lock on my gate, people would go in my backyard and shit like that. But overall, I feel like it's a pretty safe community. Like any city, you gotta be careful at nighttime and watch your back and don't be stupid. You know, if you feel the situation is uncomfortable, don't try to fight. Take off, get out of the situation. Yeah.
You know, for the most part, I've never had any issues living in Calgary. Never felt unsafe. I know, stuff happens, but I think compared to some of the other places in the world and places in Canada, it's a very safe city to live in. I've been to Vancouver, never Toronto, but I mean, being in Vancouver, I don't really feel any different. I know there's some shady spots that you shouldn't go, but same goes for Calgary, right? I think very similar in that sense. I think nothing compared to the U.S. I would say that for sure.
Yes, absolutely safe. Yes, feel safe. Yeah. Yeah, people don't smile, but I don't feel unsafe about them not smiling.
Okay.
It seems really nice during the day. I can see the cutoff for nighttime though. There was some wackos yesterday. Definitely crazy. Yeah.
You guys went on a.
Yeah,
We're just walking around. Yeah.
yeah, we were walking around like later in the day yesterday, and just definitely when the dark started coming, it was like.
Okay. Was it homeless people or what?
Or
was it just?
I don't know.
I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, just people. Yeah, I couldn't really tell. No.
Okay.
Yes, it was.
Go, right?
We should, I think everybody who grows up in Saskatchewan needs to take an Alberta trip when they're 18. That's just kind of like.
Okay, I think you should rephrase that. I think anybody that grows up in Saskatchewan should just take a trip anywhere outside of the province. Just get out. Just get out. Like, you can't be stuck there for that long. You gotta get out. Like, that's it.
We got family in Calgary. Yeah.
Didn't make it to the Stampede.
No, unfortunately. Yeah, we wanted to come in July, but we couldn't get tickets. The airlines were all booked out. Air Canada was booked out. Yeah.
And from a world view, that's the only thing we really know about Calgary.
Exactly. Yes.
Until we came here, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are some of the fun things to do in Calgary?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of fun restaurants and bars. We have a really good food scene that I don't think gets enough credit. Like I said, I'm a big snowboarder, big outdoor activity guy, and there's a lot to offer there that's world class.
Just go to the mountains. Get out of Calgary and go to Canmore. Yeah.
See the mountains and everything.
See the mountain.
Do you ski or skateboard or anything? I mean, snowboard, I should say.
Yeah, I ski.
Fun things. Oh man. I mean, if you're not into nightlife, there's skydiving outside. That's not even in Calgary. That's outside the city.
Where's that, in Golden, or where's that?
No, it's probably like an hour and a half away. I think it's Sunder or Sundre. That's how it's pronounced.
Yeah, I think I've heard about that. Museum.
He's got indoor skydiving.
Oh, indoor.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Got gold carding, speeders.
Yeah, speed.
So I'm interested in trying all the food places. My friends can't recommend enough. I've just been to Royal Tea up the street. I saw the Google reviews, all I had to try, and it was one of the best bubble teas. There's a burger joint down the street there. Unfortunately, I forgot their name, but they're pretty good burgers.